Remez, a regular public school in Yehud near Tel Aviv, just like all the other kids. But Inbar is different. She was born with Down syndrome, and she is one of the few Down syndrome children who do study in regular classes with regular kids. That's because her parents are able to afford the special help she needs to keep up with the other kids. Most of the other children, like Inbar, aren't so lucky. But all that is about to change, thanks to a landmark High Court of Justice decision leading the fight on behalf of the Down syndrome children all the way to the High Court was Inbar's mother, Il Leder, head of the Yated Inclusion Center. She spoke to IDA's Sheila Zucker.
The Supreme Court has made the decision, and school is about to start. September 1st looms very large. What's going to happen to your daughter on September 1st?
My daughter is going to attend her class, her 5th grade, in a school in her neighborhood, where she has been mainstream for many years. She's going to have a learning support assistant. I hope that the ministry is going to transfer the funds to pay this learning support assistant. And if not, I'm going to have to continue to pay her salary.
You said that she's been in this class for many years, and yet you went to court. If she's been in the class for many years, why did you go to court?
I was one of the lucky parents to struggle hard enough to have my daughter mainstream since she's been 5 years old, in kindergarten, then in grade A, and then throughout the elementary school years. But not many parents are. I'm an educator. My father is a principal of a school. We could convince the placement committee to put her in a regular class and give some sort of assistant, and the rest of the assistant we had to pay ourselves.
But you can see, after all these years, how this is impacted. You can see how it's impacted on your child, and you can see also how it's impacted on all the kids in her class, on the other kids in the school. It must have some influence.
It has a lot of influence on our neighborhood, on the teachers of my daughter, on our friends, on the kids in the class, her peers, but it doesn't have an influence on the decision makers in the Ministry of Education, because we have been negotiating on this issue with them since 1995, and the special education law was passed in 1988, so they had years and years that they could change the system in Israel and put more funds into mainstreaming, and they didn't.
Well, it seems from the news that I hear, there are no funds for the schools in general. And the schools in Israel seem to be having a major problem with violence in the classroom. Now, if you put a child with special needs in a classroom where there is already violence, it would seem to me that this child is going to be the first person that's picked on in the class.
It's not true at all. Kids are very sensitive to special needs children. Once we explain that she has special needs, she can speak like them, but slower. She's learning like them to read and write and math, but it takes her longer. They need to help her in gym classes and during breaks. They are really enthusiastic about it. They become little teachers, little supporters, and they're wonderful. I wish that the kids were the decision makers.
This is your experience just with Inbar, but what about other parents? Have other parents had children in regular classes?
Yes, in my organization, the Down Syndrome Society of Israel, there are about 150 kids today who are mainstream in regular kindergartens and schools. I know all of them. All of them have great experience with the children and with the teachers once the child is in the school. The big fight is to put the child
to get the child in to begin with.
Yeah.
And what is the procedure right now? The Ministry of Education has to find funds. How are they going to go about doing this?
You should know a very important issue. The Ministry of Education got a lot of funds from the Treasury during the years to implement the special education law. They simply transferred the funds to segregated classes and special schools. They didn't take into account the other children who have special needs and are attending the regular school. But this is part of their population. This is the population that they have to serve.
So what do you see happening right now?
They will have to adjust. They will have to reallocate their funds. They will have to maybe cut down on some special classes where only 6 to 8 children attend the class. They will have to take into account the other children who are in regular schools and consider them as part of the population.
And if they don't?
Unfortunately, if they don't, we'll have to appeal again.
I thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Thank you.